the American Athletic Conference on ESPN+. We've got college basketball from Bartow Arena in downtown Birmingham. There's your matchup. It's the Bradley Braves and the UAB Blazers. And welcome to Courtside. Kurt Bloom, my broadcast partner, is Mo Finley. So the curtain raises, you got stress, you got anxiety, and you got, wow, what's going to happen this year? We also got a team that's pretty good coming out of the Missouri Valley Conference. Let's start with Bradley.
Right, Bradley, they shouldn't be nervous at all. They are returning the conference's Defensive Player of the Year, and as you know, defense travels. For the Blazers, coming off a great season where they found themselves in the Final Four of the NIT, look for them to come home and defend their home court with the same tenacity defensively and the fast break tempo games that they love to play here.
All right, that Defensive Player of the Year, his name is Malavi Leons. Let's take a look at him.
Forget this, Malavi Leons is so good defensively. He was a Defensive Player of the Year last year, and he was not all MVC first team. This season, he's a preseason all MVC first team selection. He's the Braves' leading returning scorer as well as rebounder. For the Blazers, Eric Gaines was a highlight reel waiting to happen. If you saw the Blazers play, you saw him flourish in the open court. This season, he will have to do more of the scoring with the loss of Jordan Walker. Last season, only 11.5 points per game and 4 assists. Look for him to try to come out and do more offensively to get the Blazers off to a great start.
Let's go courtside with Lyndon Blake. Lyndon?
Hey guys, you can feel the energy here in Bartow Arena tonight. This is going to be a great opening night matchup between Bradley and UAB. This is one of 2 games to open this year's basketball season that features 2 teams that won 25 games last season. These 2 teams have met up 4 times, 2-2, so the tiebreaker is tonight. UAB has won both the contests against Bradley in Birmingham. The last one being, though, back in 2001 when guess who? Coach Wardle was playing on that team. Not that team, but he has another fun fact when he was in Birmingham in 2001 too. So I can't wait to tell you about that in a little bit. But it's about time for tip-off, guys.
This should be a heck of a matchup, and I like the way Mo put it during our pregame chat. Look at the series history tied at 2-2. Under Andy Kennedy, UAB has won 90% of their home games. But Mo said, CB, Bradley's not afraid. This is an MVC winning team.
Bradley, they did a great job last season of 25 wins is tough. They did a great job. They're not going to be intimidated by the crowd, noise, nor the pressure. They have a veteran backcourt. And as we mentioned in the opening, they have the leading returning defensive player in the conference. Great defensive skill set. I'm excited to see him match up with the Blazers.
UAB first on offense. Eric Gaines, Mo mentioned he moved from the 2 to the 1 this year. Vasquez, that's a clean block. Take a look at UAB's lineup. Davis, Lendabor, Gaines, Vasquez, and Tony. Gaines passes up a shot. Second chance, Javion Davis, too hard.
And both teams coming out just a little nervous. Nerves are a huge factor in the beginning of the game.
Bradley starting 5. Hickman, Dean, Junovic, Leons, and Hanna.
No nerves for Hickman as he knocks down the corner 3. Notice MVC's defensive player, Leons guarding Eric Gaines, UAB's best offensive player.
2-pointer. Davis with his second offensive board. And Vasquez unable to finish. 3. That's Leons offensively now. Connor Hickman. Swish. Duke Dean.
And Duke Dean's great 3-point shooter. One part of that veteran backcourt along with Hickman.
Nice feed. Turn around, Gaines, got it.
Look for the Blazers to try to get Eric Gaines going, get him off the ball a little bit, force Leons to move and play defense.
Looking for some help was Junovic. Spin move, strip. Second chance and a reverse for Darius Hannah. Bradley, a good start, 8-2.
And Hannah, a guy that wasn't a huge starter last year for the 25-10 Bradley Braves.
Foul on the rebound.
Bradley foul on number 4. That's his first team foul, number 1.
Duke Dean with the corner three. The Braves, they're not going to be intimidated. The Blazers here looking at getting Eric Gaines in motion, trying to get him off to a hot start offensively.
The foul was on Jonovic, his first. Gaines in the paint, got fouled.
And what I like about what UAB is doing, they're attacking the paint. They're trying to get into the chest of the shot blockers. Bradley has length. Their front court is extremely long. The Blazers have not shied away from attacking the rim.
Blazer fans have to remember Trey Jemison is not walking through that door. When you talk about driving the paint, that's what you're thinking about. Someone is usually dishing it off to Jemison for a dunk. Gaines.
And I think if you're Eric Gaines, that's a shot that you have to take. You're inside the paint with Hickman guarding you. Eric Gaines, great athlete. He should be able to rise up and make a jump shot there.
Landebar. Might have been some contact, not called. Rebound. Leons. And here's a steal. Here's a highlight right there.
Eric Gaines doing what he does best, playing the passing lanes. That got the crowd on their feet. Blazers try to get into their pressure.
Bradley basketball. Bradley's head coach, Brian Wardle, in his 8th year, as Lyndon talked about. He came from Green Bay in the Horizon League.
Brian Wardle, familiar with Bartow Arena, former player at Marquette, the early 2000s.
And that would put him right in line. He was 1-year teammate of Dwayne Wade. And that's a good enough credit card for me. Shot clock at 2. This has got to go up, off balance. But Johnson is in the game, by the way, as well as Christian Coleman.
And Duke Dean right there, the heart and soul of the Bradley Braves team, had a mismatch. Blazers had a mismatch with Dean guarding on the post. Dean refused to give up position. Forces the Blazers to take it out.
Coleman trying to keep it alive. Look at the hustle, everybody on the floor. Hannah, back to Hannah. Over Davis, the lefty hits.
And if you're Bradley, that's a great sign. You're a big man. Hannah, take an elbow jumper right over the top of UAB's top interior defender.
Javion Davis takes over the low post this year. Oh, a beautiful baby hook. Might have learned that from Trey Jemison. That's Connor Hickman. 3 ball. And that'll be Blazer basketball. Woo, that was a quick run there, wasn't it?
That was really a fast 4 minutes right there. Lots of up and down action from
Bradley.
both teams.
Bradley out in front, 10-6. Mo and I will be back in just a moment.
Here we are, in the heart of the city that is the heart of the city. At UAB, we're restless, with curiosity and the passion that sparks every new idea and discovery. Here we're learning everywhere and anywhere, growing, bonding, building something different. Because different moves the world. Here we aren't just doing what we can, we're doing what they say we can't. Here we are shaping a better world for all of us. Here we are.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts help provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in this Saturday and Sunday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
And Doug.
And Doug says you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. He hits his mark center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano. Are you replacing me? With this guy?
Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity.
He doesn't even have a mustache.
Oh, look, a bee-boo.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Bradley 10, UAB 6. Lyndon Blake, Brian Wardle, the head coach of Bradley, has been here before. Tell me more.
Kurt, I almost got a little carried away with my fun fact in the opening gift because I said the year 2001, which is the last time Bradley played at UAB. But 2001 was also the year that Coach Wardle was last in Birmingham. Marquette played UAB that year. So a big year for Bradley in 2001 and Coach Wardle. I just got a little excited in the pregame hype, but I thought that was cool that he still remembers Bartow. When I got to talk to him pregame, he was kind of taking in the atmosphere, and he was like, hey, I remember this place. It's been years, it's been decades, but it's a special place, and Coach is happy to be back with his Bradley team tonight.
The biggest surprise is Bradley did not order barbecue when they were down here in the South. I can't believe it, especially with Wardle being familiar.
Well, they were on a business trip. I think they have a certain pregame meal as we see them go inside to Javian Davis. I am extremely impressed. That had to be the fastest 4 minutes of any game we've done, CB. But I'm extremely impressed with the Blazers, their willingness to go inside early, trying to establish themselves in the interior.
Foul is on Christian Davis, his first. 3 team fouls in the opening half now on Javian Davis. We'll head to the free throw line. Three points for Davis.
Javian Davis, one of the most experienced Blazers. A couple of stops. Of course, the portal is on everybody's roster. Lots of basketball, lots of experience by Javian Davis. He'll be leaned upon by Andy Kennedy this season.
Originally signed with Alabama. He was there as a redshirt. Then transferred to Mississippi State for 2 years before winding up here. This is Davis's second year with the Blazers. Man-to-man for UAB.
Blazers doing a great job of denying every catch. They're there every catch, switching every ball screen. Great job of going back door by Bradley, but there's a turnover too.
Shot clock emptied. I'm not sure that counts. It will not.
That's a great defensive possession by the Blazers. Everywhere the ball moved, they were there right on the catch, forcing the Braves into a tough turnover.
Mo, you want to see a tall-on-tall battle, a great battle defensively?
Always.
You had Christian Coleman on Malavi Leons. That was a great battle.
And Christian Coleman, one of the newcomers for the UAB Blazers, one of the best athletes on this team. He's matched up right now against the defensive player, MVC's last season defensive player of the year right now.
They're both tall and lanky, not wide. Ephraim Butter Johnson tried to go all the way. It will be out of bounds off of Bradley. UAB will have possession and 11 seconds to shoot.
And another attack of the rim. UAB not settling for outside jumpers here. We see Ephraim Johnson attack the rim. Possibly gets a little contact, no call. This game is so fast-paced, the refs, they're not wasting time making foul calls.
Plenty of time to shoot on the clock. Running jumper in the lane will not go down for Ortiz. Hickman, who opened up the scoring, good hands by Gaines. Here comes UAB, and Gaines takes his man to the hole, can't finish. And Leons in his defense certainly altered Eric Gaines' trip to the rim.
And Leons, he has not blocked a shot yet, but he's in perfect position every time. As we see Davis line up a three.
What do you see out of Bradley defensively, Mo?
They are so long and athletic. They switch everything. They make it really tough for teams to score inside of the Blazers. Apparently, they feel they have the best chance for success attacking the rim because of that length. Maybe they feel they can't stay in front of their guards.
And you notice their best defensive player, Leons, after the switch, he's down low, guarding the rim.
He's switching everything. He's always in the right spot. Defensively for him, it's about the things that don't show up in the box score. That's probably how he was named Defensive Player of the Year. Right place, right time. He understands the angles. He understands how to play defense from a positional standpoint. And, of course, the most important part, he understands without fouling, how to play defense without fouling.
James White, who spent 2 years at Ole Miss, coming in for Eric Gaines.
Eric Gaines getting a much-needed breather. I don't expect to see Eric Gaines sit on the sideline much, especially with the Blazers down early.
White can score. Ortiz for three.
Great baseline screen coming out of the inbound play there. Ortiz just couldn't knock down the open jumper.
Leons. He's quick. That's Duke Dean. Back to Leons. A little fadeaway. Won't go.
And Coleman has length. He has length as well defensively. So guys that are trying to score on him on the post, he's not very big, but he's extremely long, and he makes it tough for guys to shoot over the top of him.
Foul on Landeborg.
Landeborg there, just wrong place, wrong time. Couldn't get out of the way. Of course, he wasn't trying to pressure a foul on that trip. Hustling for the ball. Coach Andy Kennedy won't be upset about that when he gives the Blazers a chance to set their defense.
Bradley by three.
There's Coleman. And that's what Coleman does. He's like a strong safety there. Free safety playing center field back there. Long, athletic length.
They'll get White on a foul.
Number 5, James White, his first team foul, number 2.
And for the Blazers, they have done a good job defensively. The pace of this game is probably to UAB's liking and apparently Bradley's liking as well. Not a high-scoring game, but a fast-paced game. Both teams looking to score early, they're willing to take shots early in the shot clock.
UAB's only 3 out of 15 from the floor. Bradley, meanwhile, has hit one more field goal. They've got 4 field goals.
And most of those shot attempts for the Blazers have been inside the paint.
Dean
may have got touched there. He's looking to the officials for a foul. Not going to get it on the road.
White. Landeborg kept it alive just for a moment. Here comes Bradley. They got Hickman near side open. Traveling call. And we will take a timeout. 11:50 remaining. We're in the first half. Bradley 10, UAB 7.
Rufus hates being stuck inside. Luckily, Amy saved big at Amazon. Turns out with the right gear, Rufus rips. Shop Black Friday deals now.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop. teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. At BK, have it your way.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just announced just in time for Black Friday. Get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. That's 8% below MSRP.
Ready for new Black Friday deals? Get 10-inch Squishmallows for $5. This on 43-inch TV for $98. And so many more amazing deals. New deals drop online Wednesday. Shop Walmart Black Friday deals.
It's the first time all 30 are all in to conquer a brand new bracket in the new NBA Cup. Who's going to be first to take it? It's in-season tournament time. It's NBA on ESPN time.
Visiting Bradley. Up by 3, 10-7. Andy Kennedy has a lengthy and productive resume. Lyndon Blake, tell me what he did opening night a few years back.
The first game jitters, they don't really apply to Coach Kennedy. He's 15-1 in his season opening contest. Now, both teams in a little bit of a scoring drought right now, Kurt, but you mentioned a few years back, he's averaging 104 points per game in the regular season openers as UAB's head coach. He has been able to double the score on some of these teams in opening night. But again, both teams now a little bit of a scoring drought. We'll see if that changes over the next few minutes.
The Blazers are going to have to multiply the score right now to get to 104. As we see a turnover there right off of Coleman's hands. And I think part of it is that you're kind of feeling each other out a little bit. I mean, you've been playing against yourselves for the past 3 months, and some of it is just new. I mean, there's a new crowd. Don't forget, new guys. So that's going to definitely have, an effect on the ability to come out here and make shots early on.
Hannah on the block. Nice touch from inside.
Except Hannah. Hannah, not a guy who scored a ton, didn't play a ton of minutes, has found his way into the starting lineup. And he's responded tonight so far with 6 points.
Coleman. One shot for UAB. Rebound by Hannah. Hickman for 3. Here comes White. 1-on-2. Nice feed to Coleman.
Great catch by Chris Coleman there. Most impressive thing, Duke Dean didn't foul, got back in position. James White still able to find a crease to get that ball to James White.
Vanderborg did not go for the head fake. Wonderful defense. Tony. But Johnson from Huntsville.
And there's Chris Coleman attacking the offensive glass. There's a lid on it for the Blazers, at least for this first part of the first half.
Man, that's like going to the county fair, 3 for $1. 3 ball.
And nothing worse than giving up a 3 in transition, having 3 cracks at it on the offensive end. You don't get back, don't find your man, don't rotate. And there's a 3 ball waiting for you.
Bradley by 6. White, he's active.
That's a tough shot by James White. And if you're Hickman, that's great D. Made him take a tough fadeaway jump shot. For the Blazers, you needed that to stop some of the bleeding offensively.
Open look for Bradley. Got it again. Atlason.
And that's 2 in a row for Atlason. The Blazers will have to find him. The problem is, in that weak side rotation, nobody's coming. Atlason is there wide open.
White. Hickman on him. UAB basketball. Mo, we've done a lot of games the last couple of years. One thing we talk about for visitors coming into Bartow Arena, they've got to get off to a good start and they got to limit the turnovers. And when you look at what Bradley's done so far, check and check.
Bradley's done a great job of limiting the Blazers to one shot. Blazers haven't taken a ton of jump shots, ton of three-point shots. They're not getting the layups to fall. Bradley's on offense, they're taking their open threes and they're making them. They're getting the ball to their shooters. UAB not doing a great job of closing out to shooters, and the Bradley Braves are making them pay for it.
First 5 minutes, remember, you were talking about UAB attacking the paint like this, and Gaines wisely throws it up. He had no shot of making that basket.
And when you're not able to make shots, you have to find a way to manufacture points by getting to the foul line. You get to the foul line by attacking the basket. Eric Gaines, one of the best offensive players off the dribble, does a great job of attacking right there.
Hickman picks up a foul, his first, team 5th. Eric Gaines, preseason American Athletic Player of the Year.
And rightfully so. One of the most entertaining, exciting players in all of college basketball. Last season, we didn't see him do a ton of scoring. He didn't have to do a ton of scoring. You had Trey Jemison, Jelly Walker, KJ Buffin, tons of guys that had played a bunch of minutes that did a lot of the heavy lifting. This year, it won't be as so.
Leons gets his first 2 points.
Great recognition, throwing it right over the top of the Blazers zone.
Here's Davis.
Who's on the rotation? Leons. Right spot, right time. Forces a turnover.
Dean for 3. Home run ball. Duke, Dean, and Bradley with a sizable lead in the first half. 23-12. Let's look at that again, Mo.
We were great find by James White. Coleman on the finish. Here, Atlason, wide open 3, why not? And here's another one. Corner pass, no closeout. Atlason knocks it down again.
Live sports.
Prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
Meet Away's award-winning, game-changing, cult favorite suitcases that started it all. Designed by travelers, for travelers, with best-in-class features and in bold colors, unique finishes, and 5 sizes. Better travel starts here. Away. Shop at awaytravel.com.
We're building a better postal service for more on-time deliveries and easier, affordable ways to ship, so you can deliver even more holiday joy. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
You want to know what it takes to be great? You work harder, go further, train longer. But there's more to it. The secret is how you recover. When active recovery is part of your game, you're thinking about your whole game. Backed by science, trusted by champions, loved by all. Activate your recovery with UFOS.
Superb racing. Yes, guys. Nothing held back. All for the love of soccer.
Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Bradley out in front, 23-12. Now Bradley returns 10 of 15 players. That's 2/3 of their roster. UAB, it's a different story, Mo.
UAB, new kids on the block. That's a throwback for sure. You got 4 transfers from D1. You also have JUCO transfers. The Blazers lost 7 players last year, 4 to graduation and 5 to graduation, and a 2 to the transfer portal. The new kids on the block, there is a learning curve. I don't care how much basketball you've played, there's a learning curve to building chemistry with new guys. And we're seeing that so far in the first half here.
Where's Donnie Wahlberg? Talking about new kids.
He's on tour, man.
Gaines. James White. UAB early attacked the paint. They've gotten away from it, although White that time attacked and the Blazers came up empty.
And the Blazers, they've had great patience on offense, in my opinion. The Braves have just done such a good job of defending the interior without fouling.
Jonovic, the big man, and pushes it all home.
And that's having a veteran point guard, right? Duke Dean there, swinging the basketball, drawing the double team off the pick and roll, being patient, allowing his big man to roll and get in position. Sort of the hockey assist for Duke Dean there.
13-point lead for the Bradley Braves. They won the regular season last year in the Missouri Valley Conference. Gaines gets stripped, and a wise move by Dean. You like the way he controlled the offense?
I love the way he controls the tempo. Does a great job of playing within himself. Let's see if that one goes. Maybe it's a heat check for Duke Dean. He must have heard me.
Jelly Walker-esque. Leons. Oh, man.
And if you're Andy Kennedy, that's what's going to drive you crazy. No weak side rotation. Eric Gaines decides to go down, and instead of sliding his feet and getting in front of Leon, he decides to reach. Leon, too good of a player to allow a reach to deter him from getting to the rim.
Leons with the flush. Landerberg's 3 comes off the basket. I don't think it hit the rim, and then it looks like a whistle, and it is a foul on Jonovic. So UAB gets a bit fortunate. They'll help, like you mentioned.
Leon with the baseline drive, rejects the screen. Nice little Euro step away from Eric Gaines for the easy flush.
No contact. Gaines didn't have to work hard for that rebound. White raises.
And if you're Brian Wardle and the Braves, that's a contested 2-point jump shot that you will give every UAB player here tonight for the rest of the game.
Leons with a spin and the flush.
And that's just the confidence and the experience of a first-team, preseason first-team all-selection there.
Javion Davis with a follow.
And Javion Davis, he'll have to do more of that. He will have to find, UAB has to find someone to manufacture some points, whether it's in the paint or on the perimeter. Javion Davis with the flush trying to get the crowd into it.
Gaines. Smart no foul, by the way.
Excellent no foul. Eric Gaines said you don't want to give this crowd life by getting Eric Gaines an and one.
5:04 remaining. Opening half, Bradley with a good start. They lead 29-16.
And they've done it with patience and great interior defense. Blazers haven't been able to turn Bradley over to the tune that they normally turn teams over when they visit Bartow Arena. Bradley breaks, making open threes, taking open threes, just playing with patience. We see here Chris Coleman with Leons. Leon spins away from him and dunks it. And that's just the experience of one of the best players. Here we see Javion Davis hustling, following a miss, not taking it for granted that shot was going to go in. And gets the easiest 2 of the night for him. Blazers need a lot more of that from him moving forward.
Bradley, as we mentioned, won the regular season last year in the Missouri Valley Conference. They were tournament champs in both 18 and 19. And they lost to Drake last year. That's their arch rival in the MVC Finals. And the MVC, much like Conference USA, Mo, is just a one-bid league. Leon's with the home run.
Leon's now starting to find his groove offensively. We talk so much about his defense. He's the Braves' leading returning scorer at 11 points per game. And he's almost at his last season average already.
Blazers are down by 16. To the paint goes Gaines. Hannah, 2-on-1. Euro step, basket.
And Hannah, he's been attacking the Blazers in every fashion tonight, from the elbow, from the inside. There we see him in transition, showing off the handle. Euro stepping away for the finish. Blazers have to find a solution on offense, and you know what? Defensively, they've got to get some stops too.
There haven't been many teams to come into Bartow Arena and shoot 58% in a half. Bradley is doing that right now. Meanwhile, UAB only has 7 field goals. We'll take a timeout. 4:23 remaining, opening half, and the Braves lead the Blazers.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts help provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in this Saturday and Sunday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
Hey sister, what you gonna do?
Keep your head held high, just like Mom taught us. Even if we have to part, you and me, us have one heart.
How come you don't laugh now?
All I have is my sister.
Get off my lap!
I know she's somewhere.
It's time for you to see the world.
Someday we're gonna meet again.
The Color Purple, rated PG-13.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just announced just in time for Black Friday. Get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. That's 8% below MSRP.
Well, Bradley with a 34-16 lead. Bradley literally recruiting all over the world. And for more on that, here's Lyndon Blake.
Yeah, you know what? It's pretty special to have 3 international players on your current roster, but when they added Atlason, who, by the way, has 6 points right now, doing fantastic for the Braves, that represented 15 countries that have played for Bradley. And y'all, Atlason is from Iceland.
Bradley right now, Mo, doing things that we haven't seen in a few years from a visiting team here at Bartow Arena.
Well, when you have a veteran backcourt and you have guys that are locked in defensively, you got the best defensive player in your conference with length and experience and size, they're not going to be nervous or rattled on the road. As we see Ortiz make the first 3 of the night for the Blazers.
Ortiz with his first 3 points for UAB, coming over from North Alabama. 3 the other way.
The Blazers still looking to attack the rim. If you notice, every time they attack, hands are in the paint. basketballs are being touched, their dribbles being touched, shots, layups and deflections. That makes a difference. It just makes it, you can't relax and can't be comfortable even when you're getting what most people will consider the easiest shot on the floor.
Well, UAB knew this would be a heck of a test. Bradley has at least passed the quiz so far with a 36-19 lead, 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this opening half. You saw Wardle for a moment.
We've seen Leon's almost get his. Wow.
Gaines left alone.
Leon's did a great job. Eric Gaines made just a superior move to evade Leon's there defensively.
Open shooter for a moment.
Much better rotation on Atlas in there. He's made 2 in a row in that same area. Blazers don't leave him alone there.
Poor pass by Ortiz. Bradley gets the turnover. Leon's thought about it. Hanna. He's got a big size advantage over Ortiz. Kept alive. Here's Atlason.
Blazers got a lucky stop, and sometimes that's all it takes to kind of get you back going in the right direction. That time, Hanna trying to do a little too much off the dribble, but he's already doubled his output from his average last season.
Barry Dunning has checked in. That was him, 22.
And that's what I was talking about there. As we see Duke Dean tie up Eric Gaines, when the Blazers attack the paint, hands are there. Hands are there. This is just great, outstanding hustle. Hanna here runs down the loose ball, gathers it. Oh, I'll take it. And here's Ortiz getting the Blazers on the board from three-point land with a step-back 3. Eric Gaines attacking the paint. Defensive player, Hanna coming over. But Eric Gaines has too much talent for that. Slides away for the easy layup.
The Ortiz 3, Mo, is the only 3 that UAB has hit in this half. Hickman runs the floor.
There, Hickman, great recognition, using the Blazers' aggressiveness against them. Ortiz right there getting backdoored, no weak side help for the Blazers. Hickman with his 5th point.
Gaines open for 3. Dunning. Ortiz. Out of contact, no foul.
And Blazers, one of their rare second and third chance opportunity there. Leons finds a way to corral it.
Under a minute remaining. Nearly flawless first half by the Bradley Braves out of the Missouri Valley Conference. Hickman, dish, basket. Leons, he has 11.
And that's just guys just knowing where each other is going to be on the floor. Hickman, Ortiz gives up the dribble penetration. Hickman finding the best player on the floor right now for Bradley, who's Leon.
UAB cannot play for the last second shot. Step back Ortiz.
Where's the cameraman? Where's the cameraman? Where's the cameraman?
And that goes down, but that's a tough shot for the Blazers. Ortiz makes that, but if you're Andy Kennedy, that's not what you're looking for offensively.
Hickman trying to answer. Rebound Gaines, and that'll empty out the shot clock, and the game clock rather. And that will end the first half. Bradley with a 40-24 lead. When was the last time UAB only scored 24 points in one half? Don't have the answer, but what I do have is Lyndon Blake with head coach Brian Wardle. Lyndon?
Coach, a fantastic first half of your guys. You're shooting over 55% from the floor. What led to the offensive performance?
We had some good spacing. The ball popped, and we talk about the ball popping all the time. And I loved our unselfishness offensively and how we moved the ball against their pressure.
Defensively, you're going to have to protect Eric Gaines, one of the UAB's top players that gets going. How do you plan to do that?
You know, he's quick, he's fast, he's crafty, and 0-2 inside. So we got to do a better job defensively. I'm glad we got the lead, but it's a long game and we're on the road. This team is very capable of turning it on offensively. So we got to be buckled down defensively now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Linden at the half. Bradley out in front of UAB, 40-24. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back at Bartow Arena with our halftime activities in just a moment.
Hey, sister, what you gonna do?
Keep your head held high, just like Mom taught us. Even if we have to part, you and me, us have one heart.
How come you don't laugh now? All I have is my sister. I know she's somewhere.
It's time for you to see the world.
Someday we're gonna meet again.
The Color Purple, rated PG-13.
How'd you get that mixed with your combo? These fries and rings?
At BK, you can build your combo.
Frozen Coke too?
Yep, sides and drinks too. BK, have it your way. Yeah, bro.
iPhone 15 Pro, your husband deserves it.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone? A better plan is Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward. We'll wrap this up.
For a limited time, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
They say there's a first time for everything, and this November proves it. It's the first time all 30 are all in. 6 groups where 8 teams advance.
These teams have all the star power
to conquer a brand new bracket.
This is must-see TV.
In the new NBA Cup. So the question is, who's going to be first to take it? It's in-season tournament time. It's NBA on ESPN time.
本当に2つできると思ってましたか？大谷翔平、夢の向こうへ。
Hello and welcome into the American Studios. I'm Morgan Uber. The hottest team in the nation is the #1 overall seed here in the American Women's Soccer Championship. The Memphis Tigers are currently riding a 12-game win streak, the longest active win streak in the country, and they also picked up 6 of the major honors here for our American Women's Soccer Major Awards, and right now we've got an all-women's soccer edition of America's Best. Memphis forward Maya Jones was unanimously selected as the Offensive Player of the Year. The senior led the conference in points, shots, and assists. She finished the season with 9 goals and 10 assists for a total of 28 points. Her 10 assists were 4 more than any other player in the conference. The junior Tiger Momo Nakao picked up the honors for Midfielder of the Year. This season, Nakao totaled 4 assists and 5 goals, and 3 of those 5 goals were game winners. There was a tie for Defensive Player of the Year. First up, Memphis senior Haley Spray led the Tigers' defense to #1 in the nation in goals against average. The Tigers finished the regular season with 12 shutouts, including 8 of their 9 conference games. In East Carolina, sophomore Jasmine Ferguson, who was named the Americans Rookie of the Year last season, led the Pirate defense to 4 shutouts in conference play and held opponents to less than a goal per game. In the net for the Tigers, Kylie Bierman earned the Goalkeeper of the Year honors. In 14 games, she allowed just 4 goals. The junior also finished #1 in the American and 9th in the country for save percentage. We had another tie, this one for Rookie of the Year. Memphis forward Anna Hauer finished the year with 7 goals and 3 assists for the Tigers. The freshman had a stretch where she recorded the game-winning goal in 3 of 4 matches. And Nia Rose for SMU had a monster rookie season. She finished second in the American with 9 goals and also tallied an assist. Rose finished the regular season third in the American with 19 points. And finally, in Brooks Monaghan's 24th season at the helm of Memphis, the head coach and his staff guided the number 9 nationally ranked Tigers to a 15-1 overall record and a perfect 9-0 record in conference play, and Memphis earned the Coaching Staff of the Year honors. For more on these major award winners and for more information on the American Women's Soccer Championship, be sure to visit our website, theamerican.org. And be sure to keep it right here on ESPN Plus, as we've got much more coming up for you right after this.
My 6th grade English class wrote some letters to our local Chick-fil-A that had closed for remodeling.
Dear Chick-fil-A.
Dear Chick-fil-A.
Dear Chick-fil-A. I used to get Chick-fil-A 100 times a week. We need it back. We cannot leave these letters unanswered. So we loaded up our food truck to surprise not just her class, but the entire school.
It was really rewarding as a teacher to see that kindness return to the kids. P.S. That peppermint milkshake is on point.
We have a special guest today on ESPN College Game Day, the Geico Deco.
Look, just get to the part when you tell everyone how easy it is to insure what's important to them. Home, car, even RV. Come on, there's an RV right there. Did he even see the talking points I gave him?
I don't believe so, sir.
For all your insurance needs from home to car to RV, it's easy to Geico.
Desmond,
I forgot the talking points.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just announced just in time for Black Friday. Get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. That's 8% below MSRP.
Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them.
Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on them and 4 lines for $25 a line.
With that camera, I'll be sharing pics from the slopes.
You do not want to see yourself skiing.
Yeah, I'm good at skiing. Your stunt woman is.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
What do you think of the jacket? You look like a marshmallow.
So a big first half for the Bradley Braves with a 40-24 lead over the UAB Blazers. We'll take a look at our halftime stats. Kurt Bloom along with Mo Finley and Lyndon Blake. And Mo, I always ask the question, what do you see? What jumps out on that screen?
A lot. The first thing that jumps out is the 22.2% from three-point range for the Blazers. They didn't take a ton of them, but you got to make a few. Of course, the 2 assists, 27% from the field goal shooting, out-rebounding Bradley right now, but that's it for the positive. They did a great job of attacking the paint. Bradley, great job, 37.5% from 3, 22 points in the paint. Their best player, their most experienced players, Hickman, Dean, those guys have done a great job of controlling the tempo, making open shots, getting easy looks for all of their teammates.
Mo, I'm a believer it's not who you play, but when you play them. And at least for the first half, the experience of Bradley, 10 of their 15 players are back from last year, 9 brand new Blazers. So a month from now, 2 months from now, UAB is going to have a little bit more cohesiveness. But they looked out of sorts in that first half.
Absolutely. And Bradley, like you mentioned, it's the experience. There's no substitute for experience. UAB, they're trying to figure out which guy's going to play which role and who you can depend on to score points. Bradley already has that figured out. They know exactly who's going to create opportunities offensively. They know who's going to do things defensively for them. And that is why we're seeing such a dominant performance by them in this first half.
Yeah, it's almost like they're on automatic pilot in terms of their defensive positioning and where they have to be on pick and rolls and things like that. And you can almost see from the court, UAB has to think a little bit more. Hey, am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be there? obviously one thing that they need to do more of is communicate. Communicate on the floor and call for help. Bradley over UAB. We'll be back from Bartow Arena right after this timeout.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts help provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in this Saturday and Sunday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just announced just in time for Black Friday. Get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. That's 8% below MSRP.
Looking for the perfect gift? The Home Depot has a gift for you. Buy a select battery kit, get a select tool free.
The sander for my dad?
Free?
Free.
Free. You're saying this is completely
Free.
Get Black Friday tool savings all month long at the Home Depot.
Hey, CoverGirls, plant power? It's a game changer. Introducing the ultimate plant-powered mascara, called Cleantopia. 300% extreme lush volume with 100% plant cellulose fibers. Let's go to Cleantopia. New Lash Blast Cleantopia from CoverGirl.
iPhone 15 Pro, your husband deserves it.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan is Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward.
We'll wrap this up.
For a limited time, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
Stateside. Fantastic Checo. Superb racing. Yes, guys.
Bradley shot 55% in the first half. UAB only shot 27%, and that was at home. Let's take a look at some halftime highlights with the Braves out in front.
And for the Braves, first half highlights, well, we'll start with Eric Gaines here. Not a ton of bright spots for the Blazers offensively. Eric Gaines going to have to be the leading scorer, going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting offensively, as we've mentioned. Shaking free early on in the first half. Here he is in transition, doing what he does best, skying to the rim, getting the crowd involved here. But for the most part, it's been a tough first half for him. 4 of 10 and 0 assists. Here's one of his athletic finishes, avoiding Darius Hannah. Right into Darius Hannah right there with the jump shot. Darius Hannah did a great job. We mentioned he didn't play a ton, but he's finding his offensive groove tonight against the Blazers. He's found it early. And, of course, the Defensive Player of the Year, Leon's getting to the rim. No layup there. That's a straight dunk. Weak side defense for the Blazers, non-existent. You can't allow a quality player, an experienced player like Leon's, to play one-on-one on the block with anyone, especially now. This is the opening game. Guys are figuring out their roles. Braves doing a great job of finding their best player, and he's made UAB pay the entire first half.
You just found another nugget stat for me. UAB in the first half only has 2 assists.
2 assists. And the thing is, the beauty of attacking the rim offensively like the Blazers have done, they've attacked the rim, but the problem with that is there's not a lot of ball movement that happens when you attack the rim. All of that is off the dribble. It's off the dribble, so you're not going to have a lot of opportunities for assists.
All right, back to our cheerleaders at Bartow Arena, 40-24. Lyndon Blake had a chance to talk with Andy Kennedy at the break. Lyndon, what did he have to say?
Well, Kurt, Coach Kennedy kept it very simple. I asked him what he told the team in the locker room during the half, being down 16 points at the break. He said he told his team that Bradley just outplayed them in every facet of the game, and overall they're going to have to be better. I wanted to say I was in one of the huddles in the first half, and one of the things that the coaches were telling the guys was you've got to stop letting Bradley get the easy layups, getting those easy baskets at the bucket, and we'll see if they can improve on that in the second half.
Andy Kennedy's Blazers, as Gaines opens up with a home run, a 3-ball.
And that's a good start for the Blazers, coming out, getting their best player in a pick-and-roll situation, giving him an opportunity to knock down the 3-ball.
The Blazers at home in the Andy Kennedy era are 48-6 for a winning percentage just under 90%. Right now, Bradley trying to get one of those W's, a rare win, especially a non-conference foe.
We talked about new pieces fitting together as we see a different starting 5 for the second half than we saw at the opening of the game.
Jump ball. Yeah, you're right. But Johnson didn't start. Coleman didn't start. That's 2.
And Andy Kennedy moving some pieces around, trying to figure out who fits best, who works best together. And that's all a part of the opening week for a team, especially when you have so many new pieces.
9 new pieces. Duke Dean. And he knew he had to throw it high.
Ball screen action for the most talented player on the floor.
Coleman tries 2. Davis. No foul, but a bucket.
And there has been some physical play around the rim. We haven't seen a ton of fouls called, and that's Javian Davis right there just fighting for the rebound, fighting for the putback.
Hickman. A double team, nice pass, but now UAB gets in the lane and back to Hickman.
And no panic from Bradley.
Hannah. Finally in the hands of Davis. Veteran Tony with a basket.
And the Blazers come out. That's what Andy Kennedy wants to see, especially here at home. Your best players comes out and attack the rim. Your most experienced Blazers come out and make things happen offensively as well as defensively.
Well, it might be 8 o'clock Central Time, but apparently the bank is open. We'll take a media timeout. 18-13 remaining in the second half. Bradley 40, UAB 31.
So we're down 34-0. Winning will be tough. That's why I brought in the ease specialist.
Right. Geico makes car insurance easy. With the Geico app, you can check your policy on the go and get access to 24/7 claim support.
Yeah! Let's make this easy!
You know, that felt a lot closer.
With your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
Hey, sister, what you gonna do?
Keep your head held high, just like Mom taught us. Even if we have to part, you and me, us have one heart.
How come you don't laugh now?
All I have is my sister.
Get off my lap!
I know she's somewhere.
It's time for you to see the world.
Someday we're gonna meet again.
The Color Purple, rated PG-13.
Oof, my cable internet bill exploded.
That's some yada yada. But Metro has 5G home internet for $20 if you're eligible, with no exploding bills and not a yada yada.
Good. I'm tired of rearranging these.
5G home internet for $20. Only at Metro.
Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
UAB with a 7-0 run to start the second half. Let's go courtside. Lyndon Blake.
Yeah, UAB making it interesting to start half two, Kurt. Now we have a 9-point game. Do y'all feel the thrill yet? Well, this game was on the national radar with a thrill score. Yes, it's a thing, according to Ken Palm, of 44.9. That ranks this game as the third must-watch matchup of the opening night behind USC Kansas State and Georgia Oregon. So the thrill is here in Bartow Arena.
Christian Coleman with the rebound off the Bradley miss.
It's amazing how luck plays into everything. Blazers right there. Against bit on the head fake. Leons has a wide open layup. Couldn't make it. Ball finds its way into the hands of a Blazer.
Tony in the paint. Might have gotten fouled, not called. It was called.
And if you're UAB, that's exactly what you need. You need guys like Tony, not known as a guy who scores a ton of points. As he attacks the rim here, gets inside the paint, and gets a chance to go to the foul line.
Tony got the start tonight. Played in 36 games last year. Junior from Huntsville.
And we've talked a lot about the great defenders for the Braves. We talked about Leons, we talked about Hannah, and Dean Duke. We talked about those guys. Tony is as good of an on-ball defender as any perimeter player in the American Conference this year.
He's a gadget man. Well,
he does a little bit of everything. He rebounds, he scores when he needs to, and he'll need to score something tonight, for sure. Made free throws equal 1-3-1 or full court pressure from the Blazers.
UAB was down by 16 at the break. 8-0 run to start the second half.
And Braves, they smart basketball, getting it to Hannah. UAB has had trouble covering him all night. One-on-one on the block with the height advantage over Eric Gaines. Draws a foul.
Dean guarded by Tony. Little 2-on-1 pressure, and it works.
And those are the type of turnovers that we're used to seeing from UAB. Deflections leading to fast break opportunities. Bradley did a great job of getting back in transition there, not allowing the Blazers to get out and run.
There goes Gaines. No foul.
It looked as if Gaines was losing that ball on his way up.
Wide open three.
For Dean to take that three in transition on the road after having a lull of 4 minutes or so without scoring, that tells you how much Brian Wardle trusts his point guard.
Senior from Shreveport, Louisiana. Big momentum stopper there for Bradley. Johnson rises, cannot score, and then Davis will pick up a foul on the rebound.
There's Davis. Just out of position, just a touch, just his first foul. But I like what I see from the Blazers so far this half. They've come out with a ton of energy. They've done a great job of scoring the basketball when they've had opportunities. Only giving up 3 points so far.
On one shot. On the one shot that went in. Hannah, he's a tough matchup. Fadeaway with the left. No. Leons. UAB called for a foul.
And Leon's there with his length. If you don't box him out, he's definitely going to get his hands to it. And that foul there goes against Tony. Leon's great job of attacking the offensive glass, recognizing that, hey, there's a smaller guy there, I can get it. Tony just a little too physical on the rebound.
Malavi Leons with a free throw. He's got 12 points in the game. Second on the team in scoring last year. Played a couple of seasons at a junior college out in Colorado. Now in his third year in the Bradley program.
And if you're Bradley, that's what you need. You've got a couple of stops. Now you can slow the Blazers down a little bit with a little zone press of your own.
So Bradley has gotten on a bit of a run. Here's Kristen Coleman in traffic.
It's a tough, great catch by Chris Coleman there. Javian Davis got kind of stuck in no man's land, had to force it to Chris Coleman. Coleman able to collect it and put it in.
Another double team that works. Tony. Coleman. That's the second time, Mo. In about a minute, UAB has double teamed and it has caused a turnover. We have also caused ourselves to get to a timeout. 15:36 remaining in the second half. Bradley in front, 45-34.
Here we are, in the heart of the city that is the heart of the city. At UAB, we're restless, with curiosity and the passion that sparks every new idea and discovery. Here we're learning everywhere and anywhere, growing, bonding, building something different. Because different moves the world. Here we aren't just doing what we can, we're doing what they say we can't. Here we are shaping a better world for all of us. Here we are.
At Try Fast and always free drive up at Target.
Foul time. We showed up. Let's show out.
3, 2, 1.
Game time. Come on.
Get low, then pick up. Get your hands in the air. It's a stick up. Shake your tambourines, move it quicker. Yeah, I'm shaking down the town. Get the picture.
I got you, baby.
Moving on the floor, gotta love that. How she keep it going on, gotta love that. To the beat like a pro, know you love that. She can shake it to the flow. Gotta love that.
It's not just designed to look good. It's built to command attention. The new fully electric Audi Q8 e-tron models.
Brian Wardle and the Bradley Braves. There is his resume. One of the things that he wanted to do this year was play a very good non-conference schedule. You got Tulane, Utah State, Vermont, and they're playing a lot of teams this year that finished in the upper three of their conferences, such as UAB.
Right, and it's the right idea. When you have a veteran team, you can go on the road, you can play some tougher opponents, because what that does, it prepares you for the tough conference season that you're going to have. Of course, they came up a little short against Drake in the tournament, but after having such a great season last year, you want to test those guys early so that way they're ready when it matters the most. Early March, mid-March, so forth and so on. So possibly April.
If you're a coach, by what you just said, if you had a younger team dominated by freshmen and sophomores, you might not have scheduled this game.
Well, I think what you do when you have a younger team is you want to get them some experience without getting their confidence shattered. There's a huge learning curve to college basketball, and I don't care how talented you are as a freshman. You're going to have some nicks and some bruises. And so, but I think that, of course, you need that experience because there's no substitute for it. But you have to be extremely careful with just how much fire you throw them into early.
Double team gets a jump ball.
And the Blazers, the second half energy defensively for UAB has been exactly what they needed. We're seeing aggressive on-ball defense. We're seeing aggressive traps. As we hear Chris Coleman, Tony, two of the best UAB defenders here tying up Hickman in the backcourt, forcing the jump ball.
Bradley did not have those turnovers in the first half. Davis against Atlason, the hook.
And if you're the Blazers, you got to have Javian Davis be that Javion Davis right there. He's your most experienced interior offensive player. You've got to look for opportunities to get into him. Blazers have done a great job of still attacking the rim, still attacking the paint. They haven't gone away from the formula of attacking the rim. This half, right here, isolated on the block against Allison. He's no match for Jay Davis in there, right there. Just pure strength. Jump hook right over the top.
Looking to complete the three-point play.
And UAB typically after misses, you don't see teams try to get into pressure after missed shots or missed free throws. UAB still picking up a little bit.
Coleman and Leons. I like that.
That's the matchup. That's the matchup I like to see.
Hickman deflected. Blazer ball.
And that's Atlason with no regard for his body or those UAB supporters right there in the courtside seats. But you see the length of the length of Leon, pardon me, deflecting that pass, preventing a transition basket right there for the Braves.
Tony got fouled, and he should be going to the line for three.
And Davis pulls his hands back as if to say, Mr. Ref, I didn't touch him. And that right there, Tony Davis on the pick and roll action has to help a little bit, has to stun at the big man roll into the basket. So he helps, he recovers, and now just a little touch on the follow through, and Tony would go to the line.
Two more coming.
And Tony with only 3 points, but I will say this, he hit 4 points, pardon me. He's done such a great job with his defensive energy. He's looking to attack and looking to shoot. That's the ball last year, CB, he wouldn't have even taken that shot.
You had Walker, Buffin you mentioned, Jemison in the paint.
And as a coach, it's such a luxury when you have a guy that can just get you a bucket whenever you need a bucket. And that was Jordan Walker for UAB last year.
5 in the game for Tony. Lead down to 6. Pressure. Kick. Should be Bradley Ball.
And that was very close to a 5-second call.
It was.
Great job by Coleman. You got length on length, and now we'll see Dean take it out, but I'm not sure how this is going to be even more effective with the length of Chris Coleman guarding the inbounder.
Dean will do the inbounding. There's about a foot difference there. UAB with the trap, and Bradley able to escape pressure, so UAB will drop back. Dean almost lost it. Jonovic put the ball on the floor and got in trouble. It's got to be a tie.
The refs are letting them play. The refs are letting them play here tonight.
Shot clock.
As we hear the crowd get into it. The officials, if you're Brian Wardler, you're Andy Kennedy, that's what you want to see. You want to see guys on the floor. This is the first game. This is the opening night. And you're seeing conference level intensity. You're seeing March intensity. And that's a good sign if you're both coaches. Surprised there's no call right there, but it's got to be something.
The clock violation happened before any other violation was committed. Now we got another jump. Blazer ball.
And Tony, he sits there after hitting the deck pretty hard. He was looking for the contact. He's doing a great job of continuing to attack the basket in spite of the officials allowing some rough and tough physical plays. We see Tony there sort of lose it on the way up. Right here, another jump ball. If you're the Braves, your best players on the floor, Brian Warder, you got to love it.
Here's Gaines for three. Way off. That was a pass, said Gaines. Alejandro Vasquez to pick up the mess, clean up the mess for Eric Gaines on the air ball. And I heard Eric Gaines say, pass.
Look, sounds good. What a different half, right?
UAB was down by 16 at the break. In the second half, the Blazers have outscored Bradley 17-5. And we still have 13 plus minutes remaining, and this one is now living up to the billing, as Lyndon Blake said earlier, the third most must-see game in the nation.
Well, I think when you have an experienced team such as Bradley and you have them come into a place like Bartow Arena where they've had such a huge advantage, UAB's had such a huge home court advantage, there's going to be, this is actually, if you're tuned in today, you're getting a treat, because most of those first games are essentially blowouts with the heavily favored team finding a way to run away with it. Tonight, not the case at all. A great matchup, and these last 13-43 should be exciting.
I wonder how much pressure UAB will put on defensively, because the pressure has worked.
And what we've seen, we haven't seen the sure-handedness of Duke Dean and Hickman. Bradley hasn't been rattled, but they definitely have been disturbed a little bit by the pressure from the Blazers.
Catch and shoot. Foul on the way down. How about that? 3 shots coming up for Bradley.
And if you've got outscored 17-5 in the second half, you want to find a way to get to the foul line right there. Bradley probably had an opportunity to score offensively anyway. Leon's had the weak side rebound. 3 Blazers were closing out. One of them just kind of clipped, and Chris Coleman couldn't get out of the way.
Christian Davis has not scored until now.
If you're Christian Davis, you have to figure out, hey, man, at least I can come make up for the three-pointer that I fouled Tony on the other end.
Well, he's matched him now. Tony made 2 out of 3. Davis 2 for 2 with a chance to make it 3 for 3. What a set of free throws that was by Christian Davis.
And if you're Bradley, you got to have them. You got to have those free throws on the road, especially at this point in the game where it looks the Blazers have all of the momentum. Bradley with a little zone look here to slow down UAB's attacking up the paint.
UAB is going to have to shoot or find a shooter from outside. There's Coleman in the paint.
Right to the middle of the zone where you want to attack it.
Landenborg got fouled.
And if Bradley goes on, that's where the Blazers, smart play by the Blazers, not forcing the perimeter jump shot, looking to find the middle of the zone. Play by the Blazers, not forcing the perimeter jump shot, looking to find the middle of the zone. Coleman attacks. Lindenberg gets the offensive rebound and has a chance to earn points right here at the foul line. And he's rebounding that ball in traffic, too. That's a tough rebound. There's 2 Braves right there beside him. He just decides, hey, I got to have it. We need it. Goes and gets it. Now he has a chance to earn some points.
Well, we've talked about Leon's a lot and how he's the defensive player of the year. Here's another secret. That's only his 2nd foul.
Yeah, he does a great job of playing defense without fouling. Like I said, he understands the angles. Defense is like math. It's all geometry, all angles, and he's essentially, I don't know right now, he may be a professor secretly at Bradley, but he's doing such a great job of doing it without fouling.
Lendeborg with his first point as a Blazer. Bradley by 6. Wide open Hickman. That lane closed up in a hurry.
And that's surprising as we see Butter Johnson attack. Directly at Leon, right at NBC's reigning defensive player of the year. Gets into his body, doesn't allow him to use his length to deflect his shot.
Hanna, remember he's a lefty. Duke Dean back to Hanna. Hickman for the 3 ball, no good.
And now we're seeing a little bit of hesitation on Darius Hanna's part. He's gotten that ball around the elbow area tonight and looked to score. That time, had an opportunity to attack and turned it down.
Lob for Davis. Bartow Arena rocking, 2-point game. Everybody on the floor. Hickman. What a tussle this one is now.
I like it.
11:40 remaining here in the Magic City of Birmingham. You look at Bartow Johnson off the glass. 2-point lead, the Bradley Braves over UAB when we come back.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts help provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in this Saturday and Sunday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
Rufus hates being stuck inside. Luckily, Amy saved big at Amazon. Turns out with the right gear, Rufus rips. Shop Black Friday deals now.
Football's in full swing. You ready? Front row seat?
Wait for it.
Check. QB of the future? Division on lock? Check and check. MVP case? Brotherly love? Check. Brotherly shove? Check. Football weather? A season that's still anyone's season? Check, baby. NFL on ESPN.
Stateside. Fantastic Checo. Superb racing. Yes, guys.
It's not just designed to look good. It's built to command attention. The new fully electric Audi Q8 e-tron models.
UAB outscoring Bradley 22-8 here in the second half. Lyndon Blake listening in on the UAB bench. Lyndon?
Hey guys, yeah, the message from the Bradley bench was just to calm down. The message from the coach was to take it one play at a time. Something he wants to see his team do a better job of is boxing UAB out. He wants them to have a stronger effort in that as we head down the stretch.
Marion Ellis, we haven't seen a whole lot of him. Dean, and now Ellis. Almost had two players at the same spot. 3 seconds to shoot. Bradley might not be aware of it. Atlason lets it go, and UAB will get possession again.
And I may be wrong, but I think that's the third shot clock violation that the Blazers have forced the Braves into. That time, UAB switching all screen, forcing Bradley to do something different. They have definitely disrupted the flow offensively for Bradley in the second half.
Blazers 2 for a tie, 3 to take the lead.
Back inside.
Davis. Did they get Leons for a foul? They did.
Leon there with a rare defensive mistake. He's in great position to help. And just got a little too aggressive on the reach. Javian Davis, Atlas knows, and right there you can see the clear foul across his arm. Atlas knows the Blazers, they're going to go inside. They're going to look right here, 2-point game. They've done a great job of not forcing perimeter shots. Look for them to look for something inside if they don't have something wide open on the perimeter.
Vasquez, nothing was there. Good decision. Shot clock at 6. Gaines makes the move off balance. And that is Blazer ball. And they get a 20-second shot clock to work with.
It's amazing how just playing with more intensity, just playing hard. Coaches would always say, you play hard, good stuff will happen. In the first half, those are balls that were bouncing Bradley's way. And now, Bradley not necessarily doing anything wrong, just not getting a lucky bounce.
Vasquez contact. Oh, the finish. Rebound no good. Now Landebor. And then the dish and the dunk. Does it count?
No basket. On
no
the
basket.
Floor with the block. And that may be his best foul, because if that dunk had counted, this roof probably would have exploded with Blazer fans cheering. Make him earn it at the line.
Third foul on Christian Davis. Yaxel Lendeborg at the free throw line. Two-time JUCO All-American at Arizona Western. Got it. I shook his hand as the men had their warm-up earlier today. My hand was completely engulfed by his. It was like a bear trap.
Oh, he's absolutely a physical specimen, as you can see, attacking the offensive boards, grabbing rebounds in traffic, coming up just a little short there on the free throw.
Bradley's lead is 1.
And Hannah's hesitating. Those are shots that Hannah took in the first half.
And made. Vasquez with the board.
To the rim.
Tony for the lead. Oh, Dean out of bounds off of Bradley's Dean.
And if you're Duke, Dean, that's just a bad break, man. He did a great job of running down the loose ball. It's just sort of fumbling. Look at everybody's attacking the glass. He's trying to stay in bounds and just can't corral it.
From Butta Johnson, sophomore. This is for the lead. Vasquez, you like the shot, Mo?
I don't mind the shot simply because they haven't taken a ton of bad shots. That's a shot, obviously, you're in pretty good rhythm out of a base sideline out of bounds play.
He squared up nicely, just didn't hit the shot. If it went through, it would have been a great shot.
Every make's a great shot.
Yes, true. Jonovic needs some help. A miss at the rim, which did not happen in the first half.
And those are 2 missed layups right there from Ellis. He's done a great job of getting to the rim. Blazers have a tough time guarding. Blazers, no weak side help. But for whatever reason, Ellis just not able to finish. And now the Blazers have a chance to take the lead at the foul line.
That is the 8th team foul on Bradley. Tony. 1-and-1 opportunity. He's 3 for 5 at the line for the tie.
I would expect the Blazers to continue with their offensive strategy of trying to get to the rim, trying to get paint touches for their inside players as well as their guards attacking off of pick and rolls. Every chance they're going to get with 8 fouls now, 9.5 minutes left, they're going to attack their rim.
One-point lead, UAB. Here comes the pressure.
Great job by Bradley throwing over the top, not allowing Chris Coleman to use his length to deflect any passes in the backcourt here.
Dean, double team. That's a free ball, and it's stolen by Tony. Bad pass. Tony to the rim. Follow-up, good!
And there's Tony. Defensively turning. Defense to offense. Tony, as you mentioned, does a little bit of everything. He's done it all tonight with the steal, attacking the rim. Chris Coleman there for the cleanup.
I used all my cliches last year, but Tony has done it again. That's going to come up short. This is unbelievable. Bradley didn't miss. Oh, my goodness! Dunk it home! Let's listen for a moment. Deafening inside Bartow Arena. UAB has taken the lead, 53-48. 8:32 remaining. Let's take a look at a replay. It was an errant pass. And Tony got there defensively.
And it's all the pressure. It's the start of the second half. UAB's done a great job of pressing. As we see here, Butter Johnson with the lob for Tony. Only right to reward him there. But UAB, they've ramped up the intensity defensively. It's caused Bradley to second-guess himself. We've seen shots that Atlinson made in the first half he's short on now. When guys are closing out harder, rotations are being made more aggressively, it makes it more difficult. And the Blazers, they have raised their level. They've held Bradley to 8 points this half. This crowd is excited, and you can't blame them.
A thunderous half for the Blazers, outscoring Bradley 29-8.
Holding someone to 8 points in almost 12. That's some sure enough defense right there. The Blazers, I don't expect them to come out of the pressure. I expect them to keep the pressure on, of course, and continue to attack the paint. We've said it all evening long. They have done such a good job of not settling for tough contested jump shots. They've gotten in the paint. Tony's done what he normally does, bringing defensive pressure, playing the passing lanes. It's just a tale of two halves for the Blazers.
Bradley led at the break 40-24.
Every catch for Bradley's a little further away from the rim.
Hannah, stolen by Gaines. Trying to get to the open court. What a move. What a finish.
There's no defense for that. He's just more talented than most guys out there on the floor.
Leons turns down the three. Atlinson for three. That's off.
They're getting one shot. Atlinson has gone cold this second half. But more importantly, the Blazers are only giving Bradley one shot.
Gaines cut off. Ortiz for Davis. Got fouled by Hannah.
And one of the hardest things to do as a team is to come out and do what the Blazers have done this second half.
All right, Javion Davis will be at the free throw line. UAB by 7. A little over 7 minutes remaining.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts help provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in this Saturday and Sunday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just announced just in time for Black Friday. Get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. That's 8% below MSRP.
Make joy this season with savings on the perfect tree for your space. Whether it's a fresh cut fir, something pre-lit and pre-flocked, or a new take on a classic. Bring home what brings you together. The Home Depot.
Football's in full swing. You ready? Front row seat?
Wait for it.
Check. QB of the future? Division on lock? Check and check. MVP case? Brotherly love? Check. Brotherly shove? Check. Football weather? A season that's still anyone's season? Check, baby. NFL on ESPN.
We've been living it since day one. Glorious, beautiful, true. Nothing held back. All for the love of soccer.
After playing a nearly flawless 20 minutes, Bradley led at the break 40-24. They find themselves trailing by 7 with 7:23 remaining. House is rocking. Andy Kennedy, the head coach of UAB, was leading the cheers. And UAB has just done a complete 180, Mo.
Oh, absolutely. The defensive pressure, Bradley shooting 1 for 12 in the second half, 1 for 5 from 3. And they've had opportunities. They just have not been able to make layups, make points around the rim, cash in around the rim, much like the Blazers did in the first half. And, you got to credit good defense. When teams aren't making layups, the easiest shot you're going to get, it's got to be the defense.
Last year, UAB was able to rely on the defense, especially in the paint, of Trey Jemison and KJ Buffin. And you got some perimeter help by Tony. But this year, it's more of a spread out defensive help. There's not one rim protector.
Right, and I think one of the ways that they will have to continue to get better defensively is to build on tonight's, the deflections, the little things, being in the right place, rotating much faster like they've done in the second half. When you don't have a guy back there like a Trey Jemison who can protect the rim, everyone else has to be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there.
Javian Davis with a double-double as he inherits that post position from Jamison.
And that's a great sign for him as well. He knows that he'll have to shoulder the burden of being the guard, often the best post player, as well as coming and doing a lot of the rebounding and the dirty work.
And a guy that at one point dropped approximately 60 pounds from high school to Alabama, continued his work at Mississippi State, and then Andy Kennedy told him in the preseason, you got to lose more.
Oh, he looks amazing. Like, I remember seeing him at Mississippi State. And so he's done just a dedicated job of being intentional about his body, about working on his body, working on his diet. And it's paying off for him. It's paying off at the right time. You want to be playing your best basketball your last year.
Mo, on media day, the media asked Davis more questions about his diet and how he got healthy than anything else.
He was a nutritionist, man. Whatever he did, it worked.
There was a lot of media members with high calorie intake, and they were wondering, hey, buddy, how do you do it? And he said he stopped eating sweets. Coleman with a sweet move.
Chris Coleman has done a lot of things that won't show up in the box score this second half. Andy Kennedy started him in the second half. Bradley went zone 2 possessions, both possessions. Blazers found Coleman. Good things happen.
Dean has almost disappeared, but it looks like he'll go to the line for 3.
And that's just a smart veteran play by Dean, realizing Tony was in a bad position and he wouldn't be able to get out of the way. Got his shot off, and Tony had no choice but to foul him.
We've got free throws coming. Lyndon, I know you've got more on Javian Davis in that weight loss. Can you extend the story?
Yeah, we've talked a lot the last few seasons that he's been here about the weight loss. And what's interesting is when that weight loss started at Alabama, he dropped down into the 240s. Well, he said when he came here to UAB, he was very happy with his weight. He wanted to put on some muscle. He wanted to really, what do they say, like get cut? Now he's at the 265, so he's been able to put on that muscle, that lean muscle, which, if you look at him, he's able to move quick tonight, have quick reaction time, and just really been great for this UAB team with 13 points and 11 rebounds, a double-double.
It will be 3 coming up for Cody Duke Dean. Dean is an amazing story, Mo. He is 50% blind in his left eye.
Wow. 50% blind. That talks a little bit about, or well, tells you a lot about his determination and his grit.
Such a good baseball player coming out of Shreveport, Louisiana. He had every top JUCO asking him to come and play baseball. And he hits 3 big free throws for the Braves. Blazers by 8. We see some pressure by Bradley, and they get the steal. This is Dean. Bradley with numbers. Hickman from the corner. Got it.
And that's what's been missing for Bradley. Got a turnover there. Got it to Hickman in his favorite spot, the corner. And he was able to knock it down.
His first 3 points of the half for Connor Hickman. Remember, he opened up the game with a 3-pointer. Coleman got fouled. And like you said, if you're UAB and Andy Kennedy, look at Wardle right there. He was going bananas. If you're Andy Kennedy and UAB, pound it into the paint because Bradley now is over the limit.
And you got to keep doing what got you here. If you're the Blazers, you got to rotate the shooters. Here's we see Hickman with his first make of the second half. UAB going back to what's worked, attacking the paint, whether it's with a post feed or with penetration.
So Coleman has 2. This is not a 1-and-1. These are 2 free throws because Bradley has put UAB in the bonus. Coleman, a nice job, by the way. 10 points off the bench, did not start. He did start the second half.
He may have earned this start. He may have earned a start this coming weekend as the Blazers travel.
Oh, he's near a double-double. He's got 11-7.
Well, he's an extremely talented guy. He, has the length and athleticism to compete at this level. And he's exactly what the Blazers need off the bench, but possibly he'll be what they need in the starting lineup moving forward.
Hickman. Hannah wasn't expecting that pass, but he connects.
And that's the first shot that Hannah has taken. And even on that one, he hesitated to touch. For Bradley, the last 5 minutes, they need Hannah to be aggressive offensively.
Those are his first 2 points of the half. Remember, Mo, they're finally in double digits in this half in terms of scoring. Ortiz tries to deliver the home run, way off.
I don't like that one. I think you got to go inside to Javian Davis. With Bradley at 10 team fouls over the limit, you got to continue to do what's got you the lead, which is attack the paint.
5 minutes remaining. Two teams that finished in the top of their conferences last year. Dean for 3.
Chris Coleman just saved the basket there.
He did.
That is the best possible result of what happened. As we see Ortiz take a seat. I guess Andy Kennedy didn't like that shot either.
It gives UAB a chance to set their defense. 4:44 remaining. Bradley will have a 20-second shot clock. Vasquez comes in for Ortiz. Here's a 3-ball. Got it.
And I'm not sure what happened there, but the Blazers, somebody was essentially lost. A.J. Vasquez watched Leons take the 3, and Leons was open for at least 2 to 3 seconds.
Blazers lead is down to 2. But it just lost it. And then stepping out of bounds is Davis. So now Bradley will have a chance to take the tie, or shoot for the tie rather, or the lead.
And there, A.J. Vasquez, Leon's too good of a player for you to catch, for you to allow him to catch and shoot with no hand in his face. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Man-to-man for the Blazers. Leon's trying to fight his way in. Ball on the floor. Davis has the loose ball.
Physical play around the rim. Anytime any paint touch, there has been contact.
Gaines for three. No.
And again, I don't love the three-pointer that early in the shot clock because you've got a 2-point lead. You've done a great job of fighting back. You got to just do what the easy thing, what's been working for you.
Hickman. 3 to take the lead, 2 for a tie. Leons. Hickman for the lead. Hannah, no. How did that not fall?
Sometimes when you hesitate, it takes a little bit, you're a little more nervous. He's hesitated a ton, and that's probably the easiest attempt he's going to have all night. And just couldn't get it to go.
Vasquez for 3, no. Lead is 2. This is for the lead. Atlason, a great look, didn't hit. But they let it play on, yes. If UAB was looking for a foul on Leons.
And if you're UAB here, you have to find a way to get to the rim. You've got to attack the paint here. Andy Kennedy, great timeout. Get the Blazers back settled down.
Brian Wardle giving the officials the business. Andy Kennedy leading the crowd. What a game we've got now. See the time remaining, just 2:24. UAB by 2 and in possession when we return.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just announced just in time for Black Friday. Get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. That's 8% below MSRP.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind. The one that spends the whole year making toys and gifts. The Home Depot Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. At BK, have it your way.
Are you comfortable? Absurdly comfortable. At Bombas, we're obsessed with comfort, quality, movement. Socks, tees, underwear. Because your basic things should be your best things. As always, one purchased equals one donated. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
Superb racing. Yes, guys.
Kurt Bloom, Mo Finley, Lyndon Blake, and our outstanding down-in-front production crew. Blazers by 2 in possession. 2:24 remaining. UAB has outscored Bradley 37-19 in this half. After Bradley had a dynamic first half, outscoring UAB 40-24.
UAB, they've done it on the defensive end. It's been the defensive intensity, the intentionality of attacking the rim on offense, limiting Bradley to one shot. Bradley, past few minutes, they've done a great job of capitalizing on UAB mistakes, fighting back, getting extra possessions, and punishing the Blazers for it.
Let's see if Gaines or Tony gets in the paint.
Little zone look from Bradley, look for UAB to attack the middle of that zone. No Chris Coleman in now.
Lost by Gaines, a steal by Leons. Dean for the lead, off balance, he's got it.
that's Leon's right there, rising to the occasion, guarding UAB's best player, Bradley's best defender, long arms, great job of timing the dribble.
Tony, nice pass. And Lindeborg got fouled.
They're going to get Atlason over there with his third personal. A little bit of a late whistle. I don't think Lindenberg expected the foul there. I think he...
Look at this off-balance three.
And is in transition. Again, Duke Dean, he takes the type of shots that on the road that lets you know his coach believes in him and trusts him in a way that no coach usually trusts a guy on the road on opening night, unless you're a veteran star such as Dean.
This is to break the tie. We're knotted at 62.
The Blazers, they've come up empty on the second end of several free throws tonight, going 1 for 2 at the line.
Hannah. Dean, who hit the big three. UAB put pressure on him. Here's a three. No foul, in and out. Bradley looking for a foul. Didn't get it.
Look for Eric Gaines here in the pick and roll situation, trying to get downhill.
Tony for three. Rebound. Lindeborg off balance. And he got fouled.
Lindeborg attacking the offensive glass. Right there. Tony, that's a three that you can live with if you're UAB. It's an open look. After ball movement to a degree with Eric Gaines off the pick and roll. On the miss, we see Lindenberg doing what he's done all night, rebounding in traffic, and has a chance to go to the line again to give the Blazers the lead.
Lindeborg, born in Puerto Rico. He's short there.
He is an active rebounder.
His parents are from the Dominican Republic, so he was able to play with Team Dominican a couple of times. This is to give UAB a 1-point lead with 63 seconds remaining.
First one short, second one long. Blazers here looking for a stop. If you're Bradley, you look for Leons, or you get the ball in the hands of Duke Dean to go make a play for your team.
Hannah put it on the floor. Jump. I believe Bradley, it is Bradley ball with 12 to shoot for the Braves.
And Hannah, they're very assertive. Did a great job of attacking, just misplayed the touch, lost the handle here. Had Jay Davison in a one-on-one situation. As you see the Blazers and Braves rush to the deck to jump it up.
Hickman, 10 to shoot. Dean with 5 to shoot. What a pass and what a finish.
And that's great recognition by Dean. Back to the zone they go. Look for the Blazers to try to get it in the middle to Chris Coleman right here.
UAB cannot take the last shot. There's Coleman, tied up. Bounce pass, Davis, flush!
Right in the middle of the zone, Chris Coleman making the plays. Even if he doesn't score, making the play, making the right pass.
10 left in the ball game. Tied up. Are we going to overtime with 3? With less than a second. No good, but is there a foul? Shot clock violation, that's what that is. Overtime.
He had me fooled. I thought he called a foul. I was thinking to myself, my goodness, man, that's going to make Andy Kennedy's head pop off on live television. Blazers, a phenomenal second half. Overtime. I mean, the first 40 have been pretty good. I can do 5 more. I can do 5 more.
Now, I've had a doubleheader today, but Lyndon Blake, she's on the third end, the back end of a triple header. I think she has toothpicks in her eyes right now.
No. I'm wide awake. I am wide awake. Nothing wakes you up like overtime basketball.
Lyndon, are you tapping out tomorrow at Fox 6? No?
No, I'll see you at 4 a.m.
Well, I was going to say I'll have Mo watch because I'll be asleep. Anyways, a tale of two halves. In fact, Mo, look at this. You couldn't have scripted that better. 40-24, and then 40-24.
I think both head coaches would have, if you'd have told them before the game that was going to be the result, they would have screamed like crazy that you only are able to score 24 points, you're giving up 40. But overtime basketball, it's the best that anybody could hope for today. With the way Bradley played in the second half and the poor way the UAB played so poorly in the first half, overtime is what they deserve and what the fans deserve as well. It's been an exciting ball game.
That shot clock violation might have saved UAB's bacon.
Oh, there was no doubt there was contact. I think Bradley was looking for contact. Dean has done such a great job of drawing fouls tonight. He kicks his leg out. He's a veteran. He's smart. He's crafty. He understands how to get to the foul line. And, fortunately for the Blazers, the shot clock ran out before he got a chance to get fouled there.
Put 5 minutes on the clock. 64-64. So first game of the year for both teams will be an overtime affair.
It's Monday. It's a school night. I see a lot of school-age middle school kids in the stands. Nobody's headed for the exits. They're dancing a little bit. They're excited. Parents are seeming to say, hey, you know what, you'll have to just suck it up in the morning and get up and just deal with it. Deal with being sleepy. It's a great game. We're not leaving.
And for all you kids listening and watching and listening, please write to Mo Finley to get that excuse slip for tomorrow.
Listen, I'll send it. I don't know if your school will accept it. You'll always have my permission for basketball.
Coleman and Leons. Leons won that opening tip. He wins this again.
And if you're Butter Johnson here, you have to be careful with Duke Dean coming off ball screens, looking for opportunities to take shots.
3 ball, short.
And that's the length of Chris Coleman. They're closing out on Leons. He's obviously a very capable shooter, Leons is, but when you have someone 6'8" with long arms closing out, it makes a definite difference.
Davis trying to set a screen for Gaines. And Gaines threw it right into the belly of the Missouri Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year.
Right, and getting into the chest of a shot blocker on a shot attempt is one thing, but if you're there, he's smothering you there, you can't pass it over the top of him. You don't have a passing lane. There, Gaines has to find a way to keep this dribble alive and reverse out and get out of trouble.
This is a 1-and-1 for Malavi Leons. Bradley leaves the door open. Dangerous pass.
And Vasquez has to do a better job of utilizing the screen and using his body to shield that basketball.
Butter in trouble. Muscles comes up short. Foul on UAB.
And UAB, their opening possession of overtime, their first possession, they've come down and got terrible shots. Bradley at least had their best player in a closeout situation with a 3 and off. Second, they'll go to the foul line for the second time in overtime here.
Foul was on Chris Coleman. Now, Christian Davis, Mo, went 3 for 3 earlier. That looks like it's coming out.
Yeah. And possibly fatigue setting in a little bit for the Bradley Braves here. We're going to the line, missed the front end of 2 1-and-1s to start this overtime.
How about pressure? Forget fatigue, the pressure, the stress of the moment.
Yeah, a little pressure.
Meanwhile, UAB.
I think if you're the Blazers, you have to find a way to get this ball into Javian Davis.
There's Gaines just trying to draw a foul.
And that's a tough call. I mean, you're forcing the official to either say foul or no call. But the problem with that is if you don't get the call, it's essentially a turnover, an empty possession.
Lewis, foul number 4.
And now, if you're UAB, you look for opportunities to attack Leon's every single time. He has 4 fouls. He's not going to go and foul. He's not going to foul out. So look for opportunities now to attack him especially. Whoever he's guarding, try to get it to him on the offensive end.
And I said Lewis, but I meant Leon. So
it's late, Kurt. It's late for all of us, man. No worries.
Blazers by 1. Eric Gaines with 15 points. First game running the points. Point guards have got to hit free throws, and Gaines hits 2 big ones here in OT.
Let's see how Bradley responds to the pressure that caused him so much trouble in the early part of the second half.
Two excellent coaches chalking it up. Dean, Leons.
And there Vasquez, lack of communication. Vasquez there didn't know where he was supposed to be defensively on the trap with Javian Davis. Ends up leading to a ball reversal and an easy layup for Leons.
Mo, you were watching that develop the entire time. As a former player, you saw that the entire sequence.
Yeah, and what Vasquez just has to do, they have to do a better job of communicating and knowing his responsibilities. He can make up for it here, but
Bradley will shoot for the lead, and they will go to the free throw line.
And Vasquez there, he's compounded his problems, you know, with the poor rotation and the poor shot and the turnover. And now we see Ephraim Johnson make his way to the table. Davis has a chance to redeem himself from the earlier missed front end of the 1-and-1.
Yeah, he's going to shoot 2 this time. Wow. He hit 3 in a row. All perfect, all net, and now he's missed 2 big ones. And again, the stress and the pressure of the moment makes a big difference.
Absolutely. On the road, tough environment, a game that you essentially had in hand or had essentially played well enough to win in the first half, as we see him knock that one down.
Two and a half remaining. First overtime.
Back to zone. Let's see if Coleman finds a way to flash to the open spot in the middle.
He's in the middle. He's in the paint. He shoots, comes off.
And that's the first time he's touched it there, and something good didn't happen offensively for the Blazers, but I love that shot for Chris Coleman. He's done a great job against zone tonight against Bradley.
Oh, a turnover on Leons. He threw it right out of bounds, right to his own bench.
And that's all Eric Gaines. Eric Gaines is so athletic. Hickman knows that he has UAB's most athletic, most versatile, one of the most versatile defenders on him. He was indecisive about whether he was going to go back door. Leons ended up turning it over. That's not totally on Leons.
Where is that offense going to come from for UAB in this overtime? Spectacular save by Gaines. Better feed! There aren't many people in this building that could have saved that and then wind up with a spectacular assist. Look for Leons to try to silence the crowd off the glass, and he draws a foul.
And there Leons. Eric Gaines attacks the paint, sees Javian Davis out of the side of his head. Great hook pass there for the dunk. not many guys would have even thrown that ball, much less saw that guy open.
Tied. 68 apiece, 129 remaining. Leon's now with 21 points. This is to give the Braves the lead.
Leon has had such an impressive night to start his season with 22 points. Great job of defending the Blazers. Every task, he's met the task defensively.
Three for Johnson. UAB is 3 for 18 from behind the arc.
And that's, tough, and speaks to personnel a little bit. Everybody's still figuring out their role, which guys are going to take shots. Great to travel that they did not call. That is absolutely a travel by Leons. They didn't call it. Blazers not in position to rebound, to miss. And now Leons will have a chance to go to the foul line. Great slip, as we see right here. He misses him. He shuffles his feet there twice.
And now Levi.
And I think if you're the Blazers, yeah, you have a reason to be upset there because he clearly traveled, but Bradley back to the zone, I would suppose. Look for the Blazers to get it to Chris Coleman and try to attack if he's still, Chris Coleman is on the wing. Maybe they'll get it to him in the middle, let him attack the rim, and look for something for Javian Davis to clean up the make or the miss.
Shot clock at 10. Gaines. Davis, and one.
And you could hear the crowd even yelling, kick it out, kick it out. But if you're Javian Davis and you've had the second half, you got to go up with that shot. You can't risk not having a chance for an easier finish for you. And also, as a byproduct, Leons is out for the next 27 seconds.
Finishes with 24. 6'9", 210 graduate from the Netherlands.
Oh man, he has been as advertised tonight. Yep. I am thoroughly impressed with his ability defensively, but also offensively. He was their leading returning scorer from last year. Obviously, their leading scorer transferred to Nebraska, but he's done a great job of showing his complete game tonight, putting it on the floor, recognizing mismatches, and just doing a good job overall.
Mo, look how small Bradley has gone right here.
Well, I think if you're UAB, you got to feel pretty comfortable about the opportunity that if Javian Davis does not make it, you have a guy down that you think can probably get the offensive rebound.
.2.
And if you're Bradley, you look for Duke Dean to make a play. Look for him to create in the pick and roll action.
Before we say jump, the officials will talk it over. Is there a foul or is it a jump? UAB's got possession, by the way. The arrow is their way.
I don't know that it's a jump. I think Dean got the timeout called before Eric Gaines was able to tie him up.
Dean also cramped up. Let's see, Mo.
Eric Gaines, great defensive position here. And now Eric Gaines jumps over. Dean is calling timeout essentially before he has true possession of it. And he's awarded the timeout. Let's see here. We'll get a better look. I don't know that you can call timeout there, but the officials have talked it over, or they haven't talked it over. It looks to be Bradley's ball.
Now, you also got an issue here on Gaines. He rolls out of bounds, Mo.
Yep. And so even if there's no jump ball, or Eric Gaines is asking for the jump ball there, even if there isn't a jump ball, Eric Gaines is out of bounds, so it's still Bradley ball.
There were two ways Bradley was going to come up with it. The timeout or Gaines goes out of bounds. The only way UAB would have gotten the ball is on the tie-up.
Right. And if Dean is still in this play, as I expect him to be, he's still out there. You got to look for him to try to figure out a way for him to create, get UAB out of whack in a scramble, and let him make the decision.
Almost a 5-second violation there.
UAB's best perimeter defender here.
At 10. Hickman inside. Hanna got it with 2.8 seconds left to go. Gaines. This is for the win. It's Bradley at the buzzer.
And if you're the Blazers, you got to be a little heartbroken just about the way that last few seconds played out. Great effort and a tough win and a gritty performance from the Bradley Braves as well.
I mentioned at the beginning that Andy Kennedy had won 89+% of his home games. This is a rare loss for the Blazers. It went into overtime. Very well coached Bradley Braves club, and certainly it was entertaining, if nothing else. Lyndon Blake is getting in position to talk with the winning coach, Brian Wardle. And Lyndon is ready. Lyndon?
All right, Coach. Ken Palm gave this the thrill factor. I don't know if this was the roller coaster ride you signed up for, but in the end, your team got it done. Take me through this overtime period.
Well, it's two winning cultures, two winning programs battling out on opening night. It's what we wanted in this game, a great experience, and we got a lot of experience tonight. We were up big, then we got down, they went on a huge run, then we got it back, and then we gave it away. I mean, it was a roller coaster ride. I'm just really, really proud of our guys' poise and their pride in the jersey and their last name. I mean, it was a heartfelt game by both teams, and it's a heck of a first game of the year.
Leons and Dean, just a fantastic game out of them too. What did you see from them on the road tonight?
Just toughness. I mean, just toughness. Duke was a warrior for us, leader, talker, getting everyone going in the huddles, and Darius, Hanna, and Malby Leons were rock solid. They played a lot of minutes. We had to log a lot of minutes to get this win, and both teams did it. And I got a lot of respect for Andy in this program, so this is a big win for us, and now we got to build on it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
So Darius Hanna, with just over 2 seconds, leans in and hits the game winner. Bo Finley, your thoughts on game number 1 of the 23-24 season?
Will all of them be this exciting? I think if every game we watch and do this year is this exciting from start to finish, I think we'll have an amazing season. These fans are in for a great treat as well. For the Bradley Braves, just a great job. Coach mentioned, he said it, toughness. You cannot simulate just being tough and just going out and getting the job done. It's not always going to be pretty. First half, beautiful. Second half, not so much. But you're able to make plays when it matters the most, and that's what the Bradley Braves were able to do tonight.
I remember they won that game in overtime without their best player. Malby Leons had fouled out. So Bradley with the win on the road, 73-71. For Mo Finley, Lyndon Blake, and our entire Down in Front production crew, this is Kurt Bloom saying so long from Bartow Arena, where the final score is Bradley 73, UAB 71. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience and the World's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or